Alright guys, we are on the red carpet at Red, and it feels so good. We're gonna talk to Bruce Willis and like Richard Dreyfuss and all that good stuff, and if I meet Helen Mirren, I'm going to hit on her. You ready? Oh my god, it's Helen Mirren. Helen, who are you wearing? She's a lot thinner than I thought. Graphic novel got turned into a movie. Now, what was the call like when you got that call?
It was a lot of calls, because there was the call that said that, you know, they were interested in our book. Then there was the call that said, hey, we've finished this up and we've sealed the deal. And then there was the succession of calls that said Bruce Willis, Helen Mirren, John Malkovich, Morgan Freeman, and so on and so forth. And it just seemed like it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Was there ever a moment of like, I don't believe any of this is actually happening?
They were kind of all were like that, you know, and I didn't really kind of believe it until I stepped on the set.
Do you think this is a faithful adaptation?
This isn't like Superman and Batman where you've got like 70 years of fans to please. You know, this is a novel, and you know, in the same way that Jaws was a novel, and that was pretty different than the movie.
We felt bad for the character of Frank. I mean, in the graphic novel, he's really gotten the raw end of it. Fortunately, Bruce was, you know, our dream idea of who Frank would be. He so filled exactly what Frank should be, and he read the script and immediately said yes.
I mean, we got to make a lot of big stars, you know, do our work, and, you know, it was fun, and everybody brought a lot to the party. It was really exciting. And my God, our man, Ernie Borgnine. You know, we're flying out to Toronto with Ernie, and he's telling us stories about working with Spencer Tracy and Frank Sinatra.
Sinatra? I'll tell you about Sinatra. That's this guy right here. No, I need the sugar.
These guys love you.
Too.
Steady. Yeah. Well, okay, as long as you bring her.
You know, we're just lucky to have so many great people come out. I mean, we tried to write parts in this movie, you know, for actors that are, you know, a generation older instead of, you know, the young action stars. And, you know, so many people, I mean, like Ernie's like one of the original action stars, you know.
How about that? Everybody on set being like, Borgnine's coming. Right. And you have Bruce Willis being like, one of my heroes is showing up.
I play a character called Burbacker, who's the head of the Secret Service detachment that's protecting the vice president, played by Julian McMahon. We're working with Karl Urban, only to find out that Bruce Willis and his gang have decided that there's a score to be settled and they're going to come after us.
I like this. Tell us what happens at the end now.
Oh, I can't do that!
In a weird way, everybody in the world wants to be punched or like slammed to the ground by Bruce Willis. Did you get that chance?
I did. Actually, Bruce punishes me in a really unique way.
Nice to meet you. It's Bruce and Morgan and Helen and Richard Dreyfuss and Mary Louise Parker and Brian Cox and Karl Urban and Rebecca Pidgeon. And I mean,
you have to be crazy not to be on a project like
that.
Yeah,
there really wasn't much to think about.
And speaking of crazy, your character is just whacked up out of his mind. How do you get ready for something like that? Is there just a place in your brain where you have something stored up?
Oh, you just make it up. I think it's always the best way.
Do you have crazy streaks throughout the day then?
No, you just imagine what that person would do in this situation at this point in his life.
Now, you actually got a little bit of physical abuse in the trailer. Do you think there's anybody that is going to see that for that purpose?
Yes. I think that there are a segment of the human race that want to slap me across the face. Slap, 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 slap.
So you play a CIA agent in this, and you got to spend a little time doing that. Do you feel like you chose the wrong career, and you maybe want to take a stab at that?
Yeah, no.
No. Did you, now, this is based on a comic book. Do you have a history of growing up as a nerd and having comic books, or?
No.
You beat up the nerds?
No.
Okay.
Well, what's with all the trick questions?
Is this going to change your mind? Maybe you're going to go afterwards to a comic book store, you know, get some little bags and save them, get some action figures while you're down there?
No.
Oh look, Bruce Willis. Let's see what words he has to say.
Horrible. Not okay. Less fighting.